And see that right here. Looks like my screen may have frozen up there just a bit. Are we on next two? Next two? Okay. All right. Well, anyway, we have thunderstorm here. That is the potential rain-wrapped tornado. There we go. And here are the towns that are still in the threat zone. So again, this is kind of the mainline communities. We're talking about Broomall, Marion, parts of Philadelphia into the Nicetown section, Upper Darby, down in parts of Delaware County, right along the Philadelphia County border. And it looks like, Britt, they've actually changed the box here so that Philadelphia, the city, is no longer underneath that tornado warning. See how the colors have changed? That is indicating a severe thunderstorm warning. So damaging winds possible, but the area of the tornado potential is certainly back in this direction. So velocity, let's go over to that and see what's happening right here. There it is. It's right in this vicinity right here. So what we're looking for is a circulation. You see the red and the green next to each other. Red, wind pulling away from the radar, green pulling toward the radar. When you get these very close together, that's where you have to see, and that's what's happening right now. The cone on this is moving by cone to 50 miles per hour on that too. There we go.
So yes, like you were saying, there's still a tornado warning that's in effect until 5:45. We have a tornado warning that's still in effect until 5:45. Okay, so let's move in. I was going to be able to hear me. Upper Darby, Springfield, you were all included in this particular tornado warning. So let's take a closer look at what this is looking like. So I mean, we've got this computer. This is a real fast film. Severe thunderstorm warning over top of the last warning with a tornado warning on top of that in the same area. We told you today was going to be crazy weather here. This is what we're talking about. Dangerous and potential white stripe threat reporting right now at 5:28 on this Wednesday evening. Absolutely. So what we are continuing to see is that there's a few different tornado warnings that are still in effect for parts of our area. So that does include some of our suburbs to the north and west. So as we look at the broader picture, just bear with us. This is a very moving, changing situation.
As we navigate this, we are getting some reports from folks who live on the main line, particularly in the Ardmore area, talking about high winds. The trees are bending in these winds. Brittany and Steve, obviously Montgomery County taking a big hit from this right now, which is under this tornado warning right now that you guys are talking about. So definitely they're feeling it there on the main line right now.
Yeah, so this is a community where we have, obviously huge thoroughfares going through this. We have the Blue Route, so that's going north and south. Obviously, always a busy roadway. Totally this kind of scenario you see on the top left box of your screen. That is the Schuylkill Expressway right now. Not great conditions, but that's actually not far from where that tornado warning is issued. You have 30, again, these are your mainline communities that are getting hit really hard. So what I want to do is flip it back over. Again, you're going to hear this word, the velocity mode. What this does, we're looking for that circulation. Oh, wow, this is something else there. We had a very tight circulation. As Jim mentioned, people in these communities are reporting potentially damaging winds. These bright colors that you see right now are potentially damaging winds. So let's just put a value on some of these.
Yeah, we continue to hear, Steve, from our viewers who are out there in Montgomery County. They are saying that the rain is just pounding their rooftops. Thunder, they're hearing that as well. And they're worried because there are a lot of old trees in that area.
Yeah, a lot of old trees, and specifically Rosemary County was earlier to is in Gladwin, Lower Marion Township, where there are a lot of creeks and streams. That's why they're experts at water rescues there. And just to go over everything once again, we have 3 different tornado warnings that are currently in effect in our area. So this is definitely a dangerous situation that we have now been tracking here for most of the afternoon and evening. Most of these 3 different tornado warnings are staying in effect until 5:45. So we have at least another 15 minutes that we're going to be watching this for you. We also have flash flood warnings. We have to mention that. Flash flood warnings are extremely dangerous as well.
So I'm using the radar bridge actually on max 2 to plot some of the wind speeds, and it looks like we're getting 40 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So you're seeing that live on there. There's a 65. So the radar beam is, in the air. So this isn't right at the ground. It's pretty much right above the ground. But you got to remember that it's transporting the wind to the ground. So there's the 65 mile per hour wind speed that's happening right there. And this is in the vicinity of Conshohocken. So there's Winmore, Cheltenham, of course. So Broad Street moving through here. Marion down here. Conshohocken, obviously the place where you get close to the northeast extension of the turnpike, which goes up north and east. Very heavy rain along there, very poor visibility, and this is the area that we're looking at, some of the stronger wind speeds. But our radar, we can use it for different ways, estimating winds 50, 60, 70 miles per hour. So some of that appears to be making it down to the ground, and that's why you're seeing some of that damage right now that's coming out of areas of the main line. I can tell you, if you live in Radnor, even Marion, conditions getting much better, so you can get out of your safe place, the closet, the bathroom, and resume the normal life for now. But there could be more tornado warnings, so just pay attention. It really is upstream here. And Britt, do we still have these tornado warnings at play? I want to see if they've adjusted any of those boxes.
So let's switch you back to Weather Computer 1. We want to do a reset, which includes all 3 tornado warnings that we are currently watching for you. We have one that's part of near Philadelphia and some of our suburbs to the north and west. We have one that's right over Dover, and another one that's just on the borderline of Kent and Sussex County. And so as we continue to track these, we want to just show you where these tornado warnings are. It looks like my phone is working. I am, but for some reason it's not working.
Wynn was saying she's in her basement right now, but she's looking out through, obviously, a small window down there, and she's seeing her dogwood tree just kind of folding in half.
She's in a good place. That's where you want to be. Oh, this is actually, and this is a very nasty circulation right here. So this is West Conshohocken. Yeah, I have a feeling if this continues, they're going to have to issue a new tornado warning with this storm. Yeah, that's pretty much the strong, you see the bright hot pink colors in the vicinity of the green colors. So at the very least, what this is a pocket of damaging wind. So yeah, it doesn't have a real tight coupler with it, but I mean, you're going to get wind damage no matter what, whether it's a tornado or whether it's straight line wind damage. But that is a huge surge of wind, and as we mentioned, there are big trees. Pennsylvania is named after trees. Silva, in Latin, trees. This state has tons of them, big, huge trees. And so that's what can cause power outages. That's why we were encouraging you to charge your devices tonight so you can stream us, because this is just round 1. We want to keep you safe through round 2 and 3 that will come through. We're just kind of in the first game stages. All right, I'm going to go over to Rosemary Connors. She is in Lower Marion. You are right where that brunt of the storm came through. Rosemary, walk me through what you saw, what you're seeing now, and any possible damage.
Hey, Steve. Hey, guys. Yeah, we're actually right in Wynwood, right by the Wynwood train station in Lower Marion Township. I'm going to give you a look out here of what we're seeing. So the rain is just pounding. I mean, it's been coming down really hard, I'd say, for the better part of the past hour or so. I mean, what, we started at the beginning of the 4 o'clock newscast, and we were having a little bit of light showers, and now it's just really coming down very heavy, very hard. The wind, yeah, you can feel it, you can hear it. Fortunately, we're in an area where it's a neighborhood where there are...
6:35 here on KYW News Radio. I'm Jay Scott Smith, and you've been listening to a simulcast from our broadcast partners at NBC 10 as we have a tornado warning currently in Delaware, Montgomery County, plus what was initially a tornado warning for Philadelphia County turned out to be a severe thunderstorm warning for Philadelphia County. The weather is basically deteriorating around here, becoming a real problem throughout the area. Let's go now over to the traffic center with Kyrie Moses to get a check on the roads and how this weather's affecting things out there. Yeah, Jay, it's really going from bad to worse across much of the area, but especially out in Chester County where we've got some serious flooding on the westbound side of the 30 bypass. You're crawling from Route 100 out to the approach of 282. Now, cars are driving through this, but the water is very high, and you really want to avoid this if you can. I'd stay on Business 30, even though we're seeing some flooding there as well. I think the 30 bypass westbound is pretty much the worst of it as you head into Downingtown. We're going to keep you posted on that. Again, extremely high water there. The Line Expressway is crawling through Center City, Philadelphia, both ways, almost the entire length. And then now the Pennsylvania Turnpike westbound is jammed just west of Valley Forge. We know that it is absolutely pouring in that area right now. 422 is really heading through the St. James Curve. 95, you're busy both ways, especially between the Line Expressway and Common Avenue. And even in New Jersey, you're really not out of the woods there as well. The 42 freeway southbound, you're backed up from before the Walt Whitman Bridge down the Creek Road, and then 295 south is heavy as well from the White Horse Pike out to the approach of 42. As of now, we're not hearing about any major problems on mass transit, but we do expect that to change quickly. We'll keep you posted. From the PJ Dispatcher coming through the 24-hour traffic center, I'm Kyrie Moses. And now we will head back over to our simulcast with our friends from NBC 10. We've got Steve Spectra talking right now about a couple of new tornado warnings in Montgomery and Bucks County.
So their seatbelt is on, and if they're encountering anything that looks dangerous, pull over to the side of the road, don't get out of your car, have your seatbelt on, and actually cover your head. That's what we're talking about in this kind of situation. We're seeing that is a nasty return.
There is another tornado warning. Let's go ahead and hit home right there so we can explain all the areas that are now under this warning. So this is a brand new one that's now just been extended into parts of our South Jersey suburbs. I know this is unprecedented. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different tornado warnings that are now in effect at least until 6 p.m. If you live anywhere in these areas, you just really need to enact your safety plan, which should include heading to the basement. If you live in a high-rise, or if you don't have a basement or access to a basement, make sure it's a bathroom, make sure it's a place that has no windows.
This is exactly what we're talking about this morning. Crystal was on with you. We were talking about the potential of an overlap of flash flooding happening at the same time of multiple tornado warnings, and here we are. The system had the writing on the wall, and we are at play now. So
I'm going to drive for you, Steve, so we can get a little bit of faster.
Yeah, that's Montgomery County, Philadelphia County tornado warning. Let's get, here's the polygon for that, I see. So Warrington, Bucks County, Newtown, Bucks County, and I believe we even went in parts of Mercer County. That is ugly. That is most likely a tornado. So, Brett, could you put on the correlation coefficient?
Yes.
And see what we got here. What we're going to do, the correlation coefficient looks for debris. So, there you go. That looks like some debris loss. Not a whole lot, but when you see the blue colors here, that means that the radar is not hitting a raindrop, it's not hitting a hailstone, it's hitting something that we call non-meteorological. So non-meteorological target. Ooh, it's actually, there's a couple here, so there might be a few mini circulations. This one near Cheltenham, I'm very concerned about too. And then over toward Wingmore. Both of these are in the warning. Let's just turn it over just to make sure. Well, that's not telling us much here. Let's do the velocity. Yeah, there's actually kind of a weak circulation here. And there's your other circulation here. So that's not uncommon in these tropical systems. You just don't have one parent tornado, you sometimes have a mini one. That happened on July 29th when the Neshaminy area was getting that monster tornado. At the same time, that same thunderstorm was producing a tornado in northeast Philadelphia, a weaker tornado. That is an ugly sign right now, right here. So we're going to stop the radar and pan it over and get the latest track. And Britt, I'm not sure if the...
Here, I'll drive for you.
There you go. Make sure that it's about 50 miles per hour if they haven't changed it.
So this is one that we're watching, but we haven't even mentioned the other tornado warning that is in effect as well for State Creek, Brixton. We're not seeing as clearly defined rotation within this cell. This is a pretty large area as well to have a warning on. This extends from Collins Beach, Woodland.
multiple tornado warnings, multiple states right now. We have them in play in New Jersey. We have them in play in Philadelphia. We have them in play in the suburbs right now, and even into central New Jersey. This storm right here, the Bucks County storm, is the one that concerns me most. Okay, so here's 202. That's the 202 Parkway right here. You got White Marsh. Okay, so the 73 is running right through here. So that's moving in the general direction up to the north and east. So let's see who's in that cone. All right, Horsham, 546. So on the other side of 309 on 63. 549 in Warminster. Bridge Valley at 556. Buckingham Township. You went through this last year with Isaias, with tornadoes in your vicinity. In Buckmanville, there at 603. So I want to go back to that storm in New Jersey because I don't want to leave these folks out, because another thing that is happening here, when the Weather Service draws these boxes that big, that means they have confidence that this could be a potential what we call a long track tornado. It's not on the ground for just 15 or 20 minutes. It could be on the ground for even longer than that, for multiple miles. So the longer the box, the higher the confidence that this storm potentially is causing big problems over a big area. Look at this mess right now over Philadelphia. We have multiple tornado warnings. We have severe thunderstorm warnings. I'm actually looking at the Kimmel Center campus camera right now where that severe thunderstorm warning is in effect. I don't know if we can go to that live. It is just really just drenching the city right now. To give you some visuals of what's happening in Philadelphia at this moment at the ground level, the flags are flapping. People, the Kimmel Center campus camera, yeah, on Broad Street. Thank you, appreciated that very much. And you'll be able to see that it is just really coming down in the city of Philadelphia right now. Obviously, it's rush hour, and this is a problem, you know. There you go. You can see the streets are being soaked. So some of those heavier downpours in Center City, but that most dangerous part of the storm is not in Center City anymore. It's, okay, so it's on the west side of Philadelphia. There's so many warnings going on here. West side of Philadelphia, it's parts of Delaware County right now. For everybody listening on KYW News Radio, we are also streaming on your service too right now. To give you an idea, this is a horrible rush hour right now with multiple tornadic thunderstorms, flash flooding happening right now. We haven't even really talked about the 5 to 7 inches of rain that has fallen in 2 hours or 3 hours in Montgomery County right now. That causes extreme flooding. We're covering the tornado end aspect, but there is life-threatening weather outside of these tornado warnings. And Britt, I'm going to let you have it.
Yeah, so just to do a general reset for us, and that includes, we have at least 1, 2, 3, 4 different tornado warnings that are in effect right now. So let's go ahead and...
Hey, we have an observed tornado. Observed tornado, Brittany.
Where?
So this is the... And that does not surprise us here. That is the...
Willow Grove. Willow Grove?
There we go, yeah. So it is observed tornado, Bucks, Montgomery County, confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado near Willow Grove. A large and extremely dangerous tornado.
That's from the National Weather Service.
That's from the National
right?
We went through this on the 29th of July, and the last time it happened, you saw what happened to that car dealership.